Everyone at Valve has been given the option to work from home for over a year now, even if there are quote-unquote necessary employees working in the offices today. This change has produced what Gabe Newell has been quoted a few times in calling depressed productivity. Now, we do know that 3 different games are in development at Valve right now, being IceFrog's project, Citadel, and the recently discovered HLX, or the Half-Life expansion project. These are incredibly interesting to learn about, but it is still weighing over top of all of us that if there wasn't a work from home order, if Valve was capable of working within their offices and having creative whiteboard meetings in person, they may be capable of pushing content out a bit quicker. And all of this is summarized with the largest loss for every Valve employee in the face of having to work from home. Now, this video does include an interview with those responsible for this massively missing chunk of Valve culture that without has likely caused the most depressed productivity over anything else that should be afforded to the average Valve employee, and I have been given direct permission from this person to quote directly in this video as a means of pushing forward the main idea of this. Valve no longer has soup available to every employee that works from home. If you choose to work in the office, there are some hoops you need to jump through, and the open soup bar, of course, is no longer in service. Kelly Klein, the soup master of Valve, is still serving soups to those that are currently working at Valve. Quote, "We currently have soup, but in individual containers along with a panini that goes with the soup. The selection of soups change weekly." Now, in conversation with Kelly Klein, we have asked a few questions. Question 1, what was the last type of soup that you have created before being made to work from home? Answer, I've slept since then, and it's been a hell of a year. Question 2, were there any special Half-Life themed soups planned that couldn't be made? Answer, no. Question 3, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you in the absence of a soup bar? Answer, I'm always sad when we don't have a plethora of delicious choices. And question 4, how do you console the grieving coworkers in their lack of soup? Answer, by giving them soup. Unfortunately, there is no mail order soup system. Quote, how do you give your coworkers soup when you are all at home? Answer, we have only essential workers being served on site. Quote, question, so there are no soup in the mail systems? Answer, quote, it would be a bad idea to mail soup. It could be suggested that some recent public movements by Valve employees could be chalked up to the lack of easily available soup and possibly could lend itself to the cancellation of some upcoming projects.
Someday, maybe someone from Valve will listen. We should make a Portal 3, everybody. We should make one. Guaranteed you will make your money back. Make your money back.
That's Eric Wolpa, co-writer of Portal, Portal 2, and Half-Life Alyx, possibly having an outburst related to a lack of soup in his system. If only Valve was capable of working in their offices, this problem likely would be avoided. Another question to Kelly Klein, quote, have you personally invented a soup? Answer, quote, before I came to Valve, I did a lot of recipe developing and chefing. While soup is not really all that original, I'm sure there's something I've thrown together that's different than what's out there. Question, quote, will the salad and sushi bar ever return in the work from home situation? Answer, quote, sushi and salad hasn't stopped. It's just to go now. Question, quote, how do you order a salad bar salad? Answer, quote, we pre-make them and then add compostable portioned cups with toppings that we have, like a bunch of fairly classics like Caesar and Cobb and Garden and Chef and Southwest dressing. Question, so those Valve employees that are capable of working in their offices are still as spoiled as ever? Answer, quote, even more so. I've added a weekly boba milk tea to the lineup and surprised them with silly little fun unexpected treats weekly. Question, quote, do you have any examples of these treats? Answer, quote, cupcakes, freshly popped flavored popcorn, boba, fruity lemonade, stuff like that. It's great to know that Kelly Klein, in the face of this impending disaster, is still trying to spoil the company of Valve Software. Whether or not this food is directly linked with the success of Half-Life Alyx has yet to be seen. However, I would wager that if Kelly wasn't working at Valve, Half-Life Alyx would have only received a 40% on Metacritic or lower. This is an ongoing story, and until Valve is capable of fully working back at complete capacity, with the majority of their employees choosing to work in the offices and soup being readily available at a moment's notice, I feel that the worst, at least for Valve Software, is yet to come, and we may be seeing a bit more anxiety and irritability, again, brought on by a lack of soup. But anyways, that's everything I was able to find related to the current soup situation at Valve Software. I'm Tyler McVicker, signing off. Adios.